that Islam is finished. So my question is, for Muslims living today without the Khilafat, how do we treat that hadith? Or how do we understand that?
We're asking permission from our Shaykh to speak, to say something, to send something to us that is going to be benefiting us, that is going to be of value to us. So many things in this world, so many different kinds of knowledges, it may not benefit us. The first, ma'rifat, high knowledge, it is to know what is for you. What is for you? That is already a hidden knowledge in these days, because people don't know what is for them. They see what is for others, they take. Others put a desire in their hearts, they think it is for them. They ask, they take. It is not for you. For a man to understand what is for him and what is not for him, he needs to pull himself out from his robotic lifestyle existence, pull himself out from being a slave to this dunya, a slave to your credit cards, a slave to your families, a slave to this system. Pull yourself out and to sit and to think. Even Holy Prophet ﷺ had to do that. He didn't have to do it because he is the Sultan of all knowledges, but he is giving us an example and is showing to us what we have to do. In the time of Jahiliyyah, that time of Jahiliyyah, it's called ignorance. But don't think that time of Jahiliyyah, they were not without intelligence of this world. Ignorance meaning ignorance of themselves and ignorant of Allah, the laws of Allah, the love of Allah. But they were getting very knowledgeable. For the first time, the Arabs in the Hijaz, they were getting some power in their hands. They were never taken seriously. But for the first time, they're able to go all the way, don't you see, into the court of the Kisra. They were able to penetrate all the way into the court of the Emperor Heraclius of the Byzantines. They were friends and they were buddies with all the superpowers of this world. So they had knowledge. They had so much knowledge because that knowledge is also of this world. It's coming from trade. They were making so much business. They were getting rich. The Prophet ﷺ was seeing with that richness, with that money, with that power, they were losing their traditions that they inherit from Ibrahim and Ismail, Hazratleri. They were losing their manners and they were losing the honor and they were losing the tradition of protecting each other, taking care of those ones who are being oppressed. To be just and to be noble. They lost all of that because suddenly they have a lot of money in their pockets. They're able to buy, they're able to sell, they're able to understand that with this money they can buy and they can sell honor too. Anyone who has money, they have honor. Exactly how it is today. And in that situation, Holy Prophet ﷺ pulled himself back to sit and to be with his Lord. as all earlier prophets they have done. They pulled themselves out from their city. As all the Salihin, as all the awliya Allah, they pulled themselves out from all of that busyness. As Ashabul they did. They pulled themselves out, because if you are deep inside, you are in that system, your faith is gone. You can say whatever you want. You can say, I pray 50 times a day. Your faith is gone. Because your faith is according to the faith of those who are around you. Your religion is according to the religion of those around you. When a believer stands up for haqq, a believer is not someone who just goes up and down like a robot praying. That's not a believer. A believer stands up for haqq. And understanding that if you are surrounded by so much evil, and if you're not standing up for it, standing up against the evil, then evil will find its way into your life. And you'll say, what can I do? This is normal. So we need to pull ourselves out. We need to sit down. We need to think. We need to take into accounting. We must ask. We must judge ourselves. This is what the holy days and nights are. People are taking holy days and nights just as a day to cash in on blessings. Just a day, oh, I want this, I want that. Some saying, I'm praying. I'm looking, checking on that shaitan media, that shaitan Facebook. Sometimes to see what is happening, people are saying, oh, Laylatul Qadr, I'm praying for Allah to make me the most beautiful woman on the earth. Or others praying, I'm praying on that day for Allah to increase my risk, increase my dunya. Dunya. Nafs. Your desires, all guided by shaitan. But what are the holy days and holy nights, holy times for? To pull ourselves out from this dunya and to think, why are we here? What is my life? What am I living for? I'm going through day by day doing all these things. What is this for? Am I coming closer to my Lord? You have to. Because Allah is our return. Am I understanding what are the veils that is between me and my Lord? Today's Muslims say, what veils? Allah is there, I'm His partner, don't you see? No. There are at least 70,000 veils between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Are we sitting down to understand? So these days and nights is supposed to make you to think, not just to be worshipping like a robot, asking for things that you don't know what you're asking. So that knowledge, knowing what is for you, what is good for you, that in these days has become like a hidden treasure, because people don't really know what they want. What you want, it is not good for you. What you want, it is not for you. What you want, it is just this dunya. What you want is the garbage of this dunya. So you're not understanding the reason of your creation. Holy days and nights, we must understand more the reason of our creation, that we are going to be put on that judgment day. We are going to be judged. Everything that we're doing in this world is going to be shown to all of creation. Nothing is going to be hidden. My Shaykh will pray for me. Prophet is going to intercede for me. So easy it has become. So we take lightly the fear of Allah. It has become a game. No. We may make it into a game, but Islam is not a game. Inna dina indallah al-Islam. Allah is not a game. The Holy Prophet ﷺ is not a game. Do you know who you're up against? This breath is not our breath. This body is not our bodies. This world is not ours. Nothing that we have belongs to us. Our life does not belong to us. Allah gave us that life. We have a responsibility to know what is it that we're supposed to do with everything that is given to us. The wealth that is given to you, it is for something. The health that is given to you, it is for something. The knowledge that is given to you, everything that Allah has given for you, it is not for you, it is for something else. It is to what? To enjoy life. Today's meaning is that whatever you have, it is to enjoy from the life. We have not been sent into this world to enjoy from this life. This world is an exile place. This is a toilet. When Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, he ate from the forbidden fruit, and for the first time he felt the pain in his stomach, and he knew he had to bring it out, and it's smelling very badly. He cannot do it in Jannat, because Jannat is a place of purity. And he was sent into this world because this world is a toilet. This is for believers. Muslims, we should be believers. This world, it is a prison for our spirit. You're going to sit and understand what is happening to this city. What is happening to my community? What is happening to this ummah? What is happening with my faith? You're not going to find good answers that are coming. Because everyone is escaping from Allah. That time, what kind of tawbah are you going to make? What kind of tawbah are we going to make? When you don't know what wrong you've done, what kind of tawbah are you going to make? And if you are set, reminded to you, this is the wrong you did, like what Shaykh Efendi says, no, I didn't do it. Oh, today's Muslims, they come up with thousands of excuses. They'll bring up not one book of Quran, they bring out 4 books to try to find excuses for what their ego is doing. So what is Islam? Yes, Prophet ﷺ said that. If there is no Khalifah, there is no Islam. Because what is Islam? He has the majority of the scholars. They say Islam is private now. Islam, it is not a deen. It is not a lifestyle. It is what you want. You can choose, pick and choose whatever you want. Your life is your life. Religion is religion. Now we're separating church and state. It is no longer a complete religion. If they're having such wrong understanding about Islam, do you think the Muslims are ready to understand what is Khilafat? What is Khilafat? Khilafat is having an authority on your life. No, I don't want authority on my life. I'm free. People are running away from sheikhs, from being under the authority because of that. Shaitan wanted to run away because of that, not wanting to be under the authority. No, I'm not going to have any authority. I'm going to decide for myself because I'm free. Why I have to follow an imam of mazhab? Why I have to follow a prophet? Why I have to follow anyone? Didn't Allah give me a mind to think? Didn't He make me to be able to read? I can decide for myself. So how Muslims these days, when they don't understand what a Khilafat is, to understand what is Islam? Majority may say, we have Islam. What do you mean? There's Islam. Don't we say Shahadat? Don't we pray? Don't we give zakat? Don't we fast? Don't we go to the Hajj? It all became a show. Everything became a show. How you like it now, America? Believing and holding on tightly to democracy. How is democracy treating you now? Half of the country, if not more, free people with free choice, they're choosing a tyrant like this or like that. You may say he is. Everyone, anyway, in this world. Are you like that? Say we don't like it. Why? Because it is making our lives to be tighter. We want to be more free. We don't want that kind of authority. We say, then take him out, don't have any authority. No, 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 we can't do that too. What are you going to say? We have to have authority. We have to have institutions of authority. So many people, they are shocked and surprised. They say, because that office of the president is showing the highest authority, you should be able to carry it well. Why don't you just cancel it? So, even unbelievers, they realize the importance of authority, of laws, of a figure of that one who has so much power in his hands that he can shape lives and generations to come. Muslims, would rather follow the authority of kafirs than the authority of Allah. This is the reality. It's not like they don't want to follow authority, but they say we'd rather follow the authority of kafirs than the authority of the one that Allah has appointed. Because the kafirs let us do what we want. I saw a picture recently showing how women dressed in the last days of the Ottoman Empire, not 1,000 years ago. We're talking about the 1920s. Showing a picture how women in the Ottoman times, in the 1920s, how they were dressed. I saw a picture of a Jewish woman, a Christian woman, and a Muslim woman. Of course, to know that no Muslim woman is going to go in front of a kafir photographer to take a picture. You have to know these are models that are non-Muslims, because no Muslim woman with the modesty of Islam is going to go in front of a photographer to have a picture taken. So all those pictures that you see, Muslim women like this, they are not. Most of them, they are other ones. Anyway, but it's showing their dress. Even a Christian woman, regular Christian woman, she looks more covered than the nuns of today. You know, Catholic nuns of today, they take out everything, so many of them. They wear skirts, open their hair and everything. She was covering everything. The Jewish woman was covering everything. The Muslim woman, in the last days, in the 20s, in the time of modern era, the Muslim woman, you can count, maybe she has over 7 layers of clothes on her, covering her face with a white cloth, appearing like that in public. They trick us and they say, oh, no, 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 that is Iran Shia extremism or Wahhabi extremism. No, for over 1,400 years, this is how we dressed. This is how our mothers and our sisters dressed, and we had the whole world under our feet. It has nothing to do with the modesty of Islam. More modest you are, more Allah is going to open this world for you. But they're tricking and they're showing. You see, Afghanistan, a long time ago, see how modern they are. They're looking, they're showing, no? Pictures. You see how modern they are? And they show some photos, some newsreel. Oh, look at Turkey. Look at all these Muslim countries. Look, very bad now. All the religious people taking over. These terrorists that they made taking over. But long time ago, everyone was free. Everyone was happy. They were so modern. What, you mean those ones that you paid to dress like that? You mean those ones that were there, forced to wear things like that, when the majority of our mothers and sisters, even at that time, they say, what kind of foolishness is this? That our mothers and our sisters, until a few years ago, they wouldn't even look at the television because they say, I'm looking at mahram men. Oh, today, finish, all modesty. No haya, no what? No faith. No faith, no intelligence, because all these three come together. So Islam, it is a lifestyle. No, it's not just about the dressing. It is the attitude behind that. It is understanding the love and the fear of Allah. It is having that love and that fear with the laws of Allah that is governing our lives through His Khalifah, that is making us to understand what is dunya and to lead us to akhirat. Governments that lead you to akhirat. What a radical idea now, huh? And yet, this is what we had. This is the only thing we knew until yesterday. Because we were not ashamed of Allah. We were not ashamed of the Prophet. We were not ashamed of Islam. Now everyone is ashamed. May Allah forgive us. You're ashamed. If possible, they say, first thing you got to do, don't look Muslim, please. Because you're scaring people. Scaring people because you are pleasing Allah. By pleasing Allah, Allah is pleased with you. You're scaring people. So change your clothes. Take off your beard, take off your hijab. Remove your name. Then before you know it, completely no identity. Except for what? What is in your heart. Just like Jews and Christians, that's all. Yes, they had a Sharia too. They had a Sharia. And don't think their Sharia was also just 1,000 years ago. Until yesterday, people were, and we're talking about the same time, this modern era that is coming in the 20s, 30s. People were walking around in the streets. They were not open. Look, the Christian and the Jewish women, they were not showing their skin, showing their nakedness. They were all covered. They were walking in the street and they're pulling a sheet of cloth over their head that looks like it is a hijab. It is a niqab. Where is that? That is England. So when did we learn all this? Oh, after the Khilafat fell, Shaitan taught very good, very well. The dunya, how to follow. And with that was removed all kinds of protection. Yes, we are here. We say biz Osmanlısın. We are here talking about the Khilafat. We are here holding on to them because they are veiled, but they are still there. And they are going to return. Inshallah, in our lifetime. Because who is saying that? Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying that. If they come tomorrow, if they come 1,000 years, it doesn't matter to us. We're going to sit, we're going to stay, and we're going to live the life that is bringing us peace and happiness, because we know that Allah and His Prophet is happy with it. And we have the proof too. It's not just convincing ourselves. We have the proof of the quality of life that we have. Anyone who wants, you're welcome. Ya Alhamdulillah. The protection is still on us. The blessing is still given to this country. It doesn't matter who is leading this country. The awliya Allah has blessed this country. That we're able to hold on tightly and we're protected by the laws of this country to worship the way that we want to worship. May Allah open the hearts of the sincere ones in this country, in the whole world, to accept what is haqq, to reject what is batil, to be with Hazrat Mahdi alayhi salam, and to reject what Dajjal is bringing. May Allah forgive me and bless you. Al-Fatiha. Amen.